Hello, I'm Dr. Jonathan Oates, Archivist for the London Borough of Ealing, and this is the fifth in a series of local history talks about famous people associated with the borough. In 1867, in British Guiana, John Alexander Barbour James was born. He became a civil servant working for the British Empire, and he married and subsequently they went on to have 8 children. In 1902, he crossed the ocean and began to work for the Post Office Service as a colonial civil servant in a British colony in West Africa. At the same time, his wife and children moved to Acton and lived in a house in Birkbeck Grove, South Acton, just south of the Uxbridge Road. And 2 of his sons became choir boys for All Saints Church. Their father, working in Africa, worked on lots of different projects, and he also wrote pamphlets about the social, economic and religious improvements that had been made under British rule for Africans in his part of West Africa. In 1917, he retired from the colonial civil service and came to live in Acton for the next 16 years, living in a house just north of Acton Park in Goldsmith Avenue. Unfortunately, during the war, his wife and 4 of his children had died due to various illnesses and sicknesses, and he himself spent several weeks in Acton Cottage Hospital. After the war, he became prominent in many African and black associations in London. For example, the African Progress Union, the Association for Coloured Peoples, and he was president and founder of the League of Coloured Peoples in London. In 1920, he remarried to a black African teacher from South London, and they married at St Dunstan's Church in East Acton. And apparently it was a great spectacle. All the prominent Africans in London attended the wedding, most of them in their traditional costumes, and this can be seen on Pathé News on the internet. He was also a great speaker and writer. He wrote music and pamphlets. He lectured in and around London, especially in Acton and Ealing, but also in Hull, for example, speaking at the 1833 to 1933 centenary of the end of the British slave trade, and William Wilberforce, who had been MP for Hull at that time. He was a great believer in the British Empire and in Cecil Rhodes, and he believed that the British Empire colonial civil servants could do a good deed in even more collaboration and working with black Africans to their mutual benefit. He gave tours to London to black arrivals in the capital. For example, when the King of Swaziland came to London, Barbour James hosted an event for him at Acton Town Hall. Barbour James was prominent in the African section of the British Empire exhibition in Wembley, 1924. In 1925, he advised the Prince of Wales prior to the Prince's visit to Africa. In 1933, on his departure from Acton, he was feted by the great and good of Acton and congratulated them, and they congratulated him and themselves on their progressive nature. He and his family moved to Hendon and then back to the West Indies in 1938, not expecting to live there for very long, but due to the intervention of World War II, the family remained there, and he died there in 1951, although his children, his last 2 daughters, carried on living in England off and on until their deaths in the 1980s. Please remember to like this video and to subscribe to Ealing Library's YouTube channel. Thank you.